China is doing good on their own. They're very much in the process of becoming the world's economic superpower. This is almost entirely thanks to Mitch McConnell. Though he represents the rural state of Kentucky, his pocket is open and his ears are listening to China.
Chow has no formal affiliation with her family's business. The Times notes that she has used her profile to help it. The Times also notes the foremost group has benefited from, quote, expansive industrial policies in Beijing that are at the heart of diplomatic tensions with the United States.
His marriage to Elaine Chao should have been a red flag, not to mention their now thriving business of shipbuilding, which is almost completely run by the Chinese.
James Chao, who is Elaine's father, that would be Senator Mitch McConnell's father-in-law, grew up with Jiang Zemin, who was the premier of China in the 1990s. When it comes to Mitch McConnell, it's pretty clear his financial fortunes are fused with those of the Chao family. In fact, James Chao gave him a gift more than a decade ago of between $5 and $25 million. And that, basically quadrupled his net worth overnight. And when Elaine Chao became the transportation secretary, when she took official delegations as transportation secretary to China, she planned to and wanted to bring her sister and her father along on those trips. So you have this fusing of the Chao family and Mitch McConnell to the Chinese state. And it creates a circumstance where if Mitch McConnell were to do something that Beijing did not like, they could literally destroy the business overnight.
His business will continue long after his Senate seat in the United States, so it's obvious, really, to better China is to better himself.
To the present, courtesy of the benefits that they've received from the Chinese government. The Chinese government finances the construction of their cargo ships. They provide contracts to ship Chinese state-owned enterprise goods around the world. They provide the crews for those ships. So this is a huge problem. This notion of dependency on China. China is demonstrating today that it's prepared to pull levers as needed to pressure other countries. They're doing it in Australia, they've done it in New Zealand, they've done it in Taiwan and Singapore, and they will certainly do it in the United States.
I understand that the Trump administration didn't really want to provide subsidies for some shipping and transport industries, which Elaine Chao and Senator McConnell were in favor of, and it looks like that the Trump administration was sort of butting heads with McConnell, and here in the background we have a financial investment in a Chinese shipping company.
Yes.
Career politicians are a danger to the American way of life. They disregard policies and focus on profiting. Mitch McConnell, for example, has amassed a ridiculous amount of wealth, most of which has come from his in-law and in-power family in China. His allegiance is not to the nation he swore his allegiance to. His allegiance is to gaining monetary compensation for his dealings and promoting Chinese interests. This is visible in not only his and his wife's shipbuilding company, as we have just looked at, but throughout his term as the senator from Kentucky. He ignored the pleas of fellow conservatives and did as he was told to, open the door to normal trade relations with China under the Clinton administration. During the Chinagate scandal of 1998, Mitch McConnell benefited financially from the same man convicted of laundering campaign money for Al Gore. Mitch McConnell received even more financial contributions from AIG and the top contributors to the U.S.-China Business Council for the U.S. to ignore human rights violations in China so AIG could move business into China, which then AIG went on to receive $182 billion in the Wall Street bailout of 2008. Career politicians are a threat to democracy and American values as a whole. The longer these politicians stay in office, the more susceptible they become to corruption. Mitch McConnell is a rotten blackberry, the state fruit of Kentucky, who will only cause others to rot the longer he is in power. These dirty windows won't clean themselves, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.